Have you ever wondered exactly what an HOA does and if it's worth paying those monthly or quarterly fees when you buy a home? Well, here in Gateway, HOAs are a big part of the community, and whether you love them or you hate them, they have a major impact on both your lifestyle and your property value. This channel focuses on everything to do with buying, selling, investing, and living here in beautiful Southwest Florida. I would love to partner with you on your real estate journey. So give me a text or a call anytime, 239-266-9012 to chat. All right, let's jump in. So today we're breaking down HOAs in Gateway, what they are, what those fees actually cover, the pros and cons of living in an HOA community, and how they could impact your buying or selling decision. If you've been thinking about moving into Gateway, or if you already live in Gateway and just want to understand a little better how your HOA works, this video is for you. So let's start with the basics. What is an HOA? Well, an HOA stands for Homeowners Association. It's essentially a governing body made up of community members that set and enforce rules while also managing shared spaces. In Gateway, nearly every neighborhood has some type of HOA, and they're one of the reasons the community has such a consistent, well-kept feel. Think of it like a neighborhood guardian, for example. The HOA's job is to protect property values, keep the landscaping neat, maintain all the amenities, and make sure the community looks inviting. For a lot of buyers moving here, that's a huge selling point. Now, the question everybody asks, what do those HOA fees actually pay for? In Gateway, it really depends on which neighborhood you're in. Some of the more affordable HOAs might just cover landscaping for common areas, irrigation, and some basic upkeep. Others include gated security, resort-style amenities like those pools, tennis courts, or even bundled golf memberships, for example. That's why when you're house shopping, it's so important to not just look at the price of the home, but also to factor in the HOA fees. Two homes in the same price range could have totally different monthly costs based on what the HOAs include. All right, let's talk pros. The number one advantage is protection of property values when you have an HOA. You don't have to worry about a neighbor letting their lawn grow knee-high or painting their house a bright purple. HOAs keep a standard that makes the whole community more desirable. And then of course, there are those other perks for amenities, for example, community pools, playgrounds, fitness centers, and walking trails. These are things you get to enjoy without having to build or maintain them yourself. Let's be honest, who wouldn't mind having a little less yard work? Now, it wouldn't be fair if I didn't also cover the flip side. HOAs aren't for everyone. The rules can sometimes feel a little restrictive. Want to put up a basketball hoop in your driveway, for example? You might need approval from the HOA for that. Thinking about a funky paint color somewhere on your property? Probably not gonna fly. Even things like how you park your car or what holiday decorations you could put up and when you need to take them down, you're subject to those types of rules too. Some people see it as a hassle, while others appreciate the consistency. It really comes down to your personality and what you value in a neighborhood. So how does all of this tie into real estate? As a realtor here in Gateway, I always make sure buyers understand the HOA side of the equation. For sellers, a well-managed HOA is actually a really big selling point. Buyers want to know their investment is going to be protected and that the neighborhood is stable. But here's the catch. Not all HOAs are created equal. You'll want to make sure that the association you're going into is financially healthy and transparent. If the HOA is poorly managed, it could hurt resale values or lead to those unexpected special assessments. When my wife and I first moved into Gateway, we were pleasantly surprised by how much of a difference the HOA made in our community. I'm actually the HOA president in my neighborhood. So I get to see firsthand on how much work goes into managing the community and keeping it running smoothly. Yes, there are rules. Sometimes they're a little unpopular, but at the end of the day, it keeps our streets safe, our landscaping beautiful, and our property values really strong. And for us, that trade-off has been more than worth it. So if you're thinking about buying in Gateway, make sure to look closely at each neighborhood's HOAs and what they cover, what the fees are, and what rules you're going to need to follow. It can make a big decision on your day-to-day lifestyle and your long-term investment. If you found these tips helpful, please hit the thumbs up button and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Do you love HOAs? Do you hate them? Or fall somewhere in the middle? And don't forget to subscribe for more valuable real estate insight. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.